Initially, Raisa stuck to her untruth in her communication with me. After being repeatedly pressed, a number of new facts and disturbing personal revelations were disclosed. These concerned Raisa's sexual assault, an event which was unknown to the party leadership at that time, and other related matters of a deeply personal nature. Raisa shared that her personal trauma and sexual assault explained why she was not truthful about accompanying the victim to the police station, as she had asserted in her speech on the 3rd of August. She admitted this to the party leadership about a week after she had delivered her speech. Of immediate concern to me was the fact that Raisa had not previously informed her family members of her sexual assault, which had traumatized her greatly. In my judgment, it was important that she did so before she could fully address the reasons behind her untruthful conduct in Parliament and to correct the record. In view of her sexual assault and my assessment of her state of mind, I was prepared to give her the space necessary to address the matter with her loved ones. Raisa came down with an episode of shingles in September and did not attend Parliament that month. It was nonetheless made known to her before the parliamentary sitting in October that any parliamentary clarification on this matter was hers to make in her capacity as an elected member of Parliament. When questioned by the Minister for Home Affairs in Parliament on the 4th of October, Raisa repeated an untruth on the parliamentary record, which was wholly inconsistent with the revelations she had shared with the party leadership after the 3rd of August. Almost immediately after Parliament adjourned in October, Raisa agreed with the party leadership that she had to set the record right forthwith. I shared with her that it was the correct thing to do. The next earliest opportunity to do so in Parliament was on the 1st of November, when the member made the personal explanation under Standing Order 25. I did not give her a direct timeline. It was my judgment into her state of mind. But it was quite clear in October that nothing was coming forward at that point. I believe, if my memory serves me right, Leader of the House, Ms. Indrani Raja, also asked her a question about the delay from the moment she made her speech on the 3rd of August and the question that the Minister for Home Affairs put to her on the 4th of October. And she answered, it was a two-part answer, and she said that she had to speak to her family members and loved ones, and that process was prolonged, and I suppose one could make an argument that it could have been faster, but in my judgment, given where she was emotionally, I took the decision that she had to close that loop with her parents.
So first of all, it's important to state that the law, and this is quite clear, under the Parliamentary Elections Act, there can be no writ of by-election issued in a GRC unless all the members have vacated their seats. So that's in the law. And this position was also confirmed recently by the Court of Appeal in the case of Marsiling UT GRC when Madam Halima vacated her seat in order to run for president. So that's the legal position. The fact is that in the general election last year, the voters of Sengkang gave the Workers' Party a mandate to represent them in Parliament. We have 3 MPs in Sengkang still there to do the work, and it is the party's responsibility to take this through for the remainder of the term. So that is what the party will do.
So there will be a resignation by the
They will not.
I think that's the reason why MP Faisal is stepping in an advisory capacity to assist the Sengkang GRC MPs in their work. And this is, I think, a relevant point that you've made, and that's why we've taken the decision to ensure that MP Faisal, Vice Chair Faisal, works closely with the Sengkang MPs. I mean, disappointment, of course. I mean, nobody wants this sort of outcome for their MPs. But you spoke about candidate selection. I think you've heard this before. No candidate selection process can be fail-proof. We make our best efforts to select candidates who are committed to looking after residents and Singaporeans. and who as a whole can represent a wide spectrum of Singapore society. I mean, at that point, it is a judgment and assessment that that individual can actually carry the responsibility faithfully and do it well. I think no process or no selection process can eliminate the prospect of a candidate who has certain traits or characteristics that were not highlighted or were not raised initially. But the Workers' Party will undertake our best efforts to lower this prospect as best we can. I wish to end this statement by apologizing to the residents of Sengkang for this turn of events. I also apologize to all victims of sexual assault who have been hurt over this matter. For the party, public trust and confidence in a sitting Workers' Party MP is fundamental to the ethos of the party as a rational, responsible and respectable institution in Singapore politics. Singaporeans have the right to expect the best efforts from Workers' Party MPs, and we should never take their faith, trust and confidence in us for granted.